Oh, and this is how we get down. What's good, everybody? Welcome in to Coach and Company on a Rant Wednesday here on Stadium and Bally Sports Live. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun over the course of the next 60 minutes. We've got our rants coming up. We're talking college football, a lot of big games, most of them in the SEC this weekend, so we try to get ahead of the line as well. We're talking Dodgers dominance and Game 3 tonight in Seattle. Now, it's been so hard this fall. I said yesterday that there's no shows out there that are touting 70 or 80. But I'm telling you right now, we're about to have a meeting here at the brand because it is win one, lose one, win one, lose two, win one. It's like a teeter-totter effect every single day. And yesterday was no different, but we're going to fix it. And we're going to get one of those 6 in 2 days, 7 in 2 days. But we're here every single day. Also, we're way more than just a sports betting brand. We love to talk topics as well, which we will get to in about 18 minutes when we do our rants. If you are watching on YouTube, go ahead, hit that like button for me on the way in. It really helps the show grow. All right. So, schedule today. In addition to the morning show, 11:15 a.m., we do a podcast to support the morning show. And then from 2 to 4 Eastern on Sirius XM Channel 156, Off the Ropes with me, the coach. And then tonight, premium pop-up time. We're going to be live tonight. We're going to be live tomorrow. Become a premium member. We're going to be live betting all over the place. So that will pay for itself literally in about 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Plus, guess what? It's just a lot of fun to hang out with me and the boys. Very low-key, very off the cuff. So come and join us tonight, 7:30 p.m. start time, so we can get on ahead of the baseball game. Live bet some NHL, live bet some college football. It's going to be a lot of fun, so come join us tonight. Oh, by the way, if you pick up a pair of anything on our merch store, send us a picture. We want to throw you up. We actually had one of our shirts in Australia at Crown Jewel last Saturday night. So thank you, smartest Mark alive, for repping the brand down under. Now, housekeeping is done. But I'm telling you right now, if these guys come in today with an attitude, poo-poo face, anything that I don't like, heel coach, is ready to go. I'm not messing around today. See? Neither are they. It's time to beat the books. Let's go. All right, and look at those 4 Motley Crue faces I'm staring at right now. And if I know these boys like I think I know these boys, yesterday's not going to sit well with them. Way too many X's on the board. But where do I start today? Oh, I start with the man who said today, and I quote, "I want all the smoke," after going 0-2 yesterday from Sure Dog USA. Mikey P, how we feeling this morning?
You know what? Good morning, Coach. This is why college football is played on a Tuesday, because you're not supposed to watch it. A game that had a 58.5 total, scored 29 points, a 10-point favorite, got blown out. Thank you. Now I know why Kusa is played on a Tuesday.
Isn't that the worst? Isn't that the absolute worst when the team that absolutely sucks goes, you know what? We'll show up for one day. We'll show up for one night. Oh, it's so hard when you lean into data. Sometimes it's about a gut. All right, Mikey, I know you're going to have a nice little comeback today. Now, this man, he's been a great addition to the crew, part of Bet MGM tonight, always shows up for us on a Wednesday morning, and I have a feeling, just a feeling, he's going to have a nice little rant today aimed at a certain group of fans. Brandon, good morning.
Coach, sometimes you just got to put your own friends in their place, and today, that's one of those days.
Truer words have never been spoken. I like it. Now, this man, he'll be a part of the premium pop-up tonight, and live betting is his jam. Say good morning to our numbers guy for a reason, Rafael Esparza. Good morning, Rafael.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, family. Good morning, chat. I was one of those guys that had the Hilltoppers total wins or total points under yesterday, and I still don't think they scored a touchdown. So it was a very, very bad game to watch. I cashed, but a very bad game to watch.
When you play an under 29 and they score 7, you feel good about it.
Yeah.
You're like, golly, that's 3 hours of my life I cannot get back. Speaking of 3 hours of his life that he can't get back, he actually had 3 games of his life that he now cannot get back. Tommy.
Yes, sir.
One of your seasons came to an end. Just a hunch. Any chance on your rant today? You're going, I don't know, Yankees?
Yeah, Coach, you must be a mind reader. I got to tell you, besides being heel coach, you're a mind reader. Yes, my rant today is an open letter to Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner. And by the way, Coach, I'm looking pretty sharp today, man. Cleaner than the Board of Health.
You really are. And I don't know if it has anything to do with you've kind of become like a cult favorite to the ladies around the world right now.
Hey,
I mean, I open my DMs, they're like, who's that Tommy C guy? And I'm like, oh. And then right on the backside, Michelle's like, oh. I mean, the thumb did it.
Yeah.
Once you modeled for the thumb, it changed your whole entire world.
Yep.
I'm telling you right now, if she pops her head in from the side right now, I am going to deny. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Hey!
So will I.
Quit asking about that thumb. Couch. Oh, we're going to have to get Michelle on one of these days. She'll become a cult favorite. Become a cult favorite.
Yes.
All right. Gentlemen, we have been kissing our sister for the better part of 2 weeks, and I'm tired of it. I need a solid day. So, Mikey P, you got ahead of the game. You sent a text. You said, I want to go first. I don't give a damn about Raphael, Tommy, or Brandon. I respect that. I like that. Best bets. Go.
Well, first, let me say I know a few people who got through 8th grade by kissing their sister, but that's neither here or there. Tommy, I actually need you to help me out here. I need you to evaluate my pick because I am taking Delaware -3 versus Jacksonville State. Why, might you ask? Because Nick Minicucci, I think I did that pretty good. It has a total of 15 touchdowns, and Jacksonville State is starting a freshman quarterback. So give me the veteran in Minicucci to lead Delaware. And then I am going to a play that has done me well all baseball season. I just haven't shared it enough. Blue Jays Mariners total over 16.5 strikeouts in the game, a -125. There have been 34 combined strikeouts between these two teams in their first 2 games.
How'd you do, Tommy?
He did great. I love it. I hope the Blue Jays blow everything. They're down 0-2. Their World Series was the New York Yankees. Move on, Vladdy. Move on.
I was actually asking about the pronunciation of the name.
But yeah, that was good. Yeah, he's a paisan.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. All right. Brandon, I'm coming downstairs to you because I like your vibe today, and I can't wait for your rant. But I need some banger picks right now to get us off the snide. Go.
Well, hey, look, I just met Tommy, and I'm going to try to make him happy right off the bat, right? Let's start with Mariners -1.5 at +160. George Kirby going today. He's not going to give up many runs to this Blue Jays team. As a matter of fact, he's probably not going to give very many hits today to the Blue Jays. And then let's go to that Delaware-Jacksonville State game. I'm going to take the under 57.5 at -105. Neither one of these offenses are consistent enough to put up that many points. And then let's go to the ice. Let's go Dylan Holloway of the St. Louis Blues at 3 or more shots on goal this season. He's averaging that this year. So we'll go Dylan Holloway of the St. Louis Blues against my Blackhawks to put 3 shots on goal.
And I believe that game, is that a 9:30 Eastern start? 9:30?
Yes.
Which means we can live bet it on the premium pop-up tonight, can't we, boys? Let's not forget Brandon's play. Let's keep an eye on that particular play. 2 hockey games to live bet tonight on our premium pop-up. Now, I don't even know how this is going to sound. I have an idea, but we'll see if they do it with me. So, Tommy, when you listen to Brandon and you see his picks, clearly you and him today, and you can all say it with me, have a little bit of synergy.
It was a little better.
God, that sounded so bad. All right, Tom.
We're not the Temptations. I'll
No,
tell you
we're
that.
not the Temptations, but at least we got this together. We're
Yes.
getting there. We're getting there. All right, Tommy. You don't have quite the cojones that Brandon has on the run line, but you also like Seattle. Let's start there.
Okay, I'm going to give you a Seattle Mariners money line minus 137. Big Tommy C fact: the Mariners have led after 3 innings. Yes, Zinni, after 3 innings in 8 of their last 9 games as favorites against American League opponents. And I know it's 9 innings, but the Mariners are playing great ball. I'm going to give you one for football. Bengals Steelers over total points 43.5 minus 110. 8 of the Bengals' last 9 games have gone over the total points line. I think these 40-year-old quarterbacks are going to throw the ball, and it's going to go over 43.5, Coach.
Oh my goodness. Mikey P, what are they calling this Thursday night game between Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers? What are they nicknaming it anything? I didn't see my notes this morning.
There's a lot they could call the AARP Bowl, the You Should Leave the League Bowl, but they are dubbing it the Icy Hot Bowl.
Brandon, what are we doing? What are we doing?
I don't know, man. We got 2 guys who are old enough to be my father, quarterbacking teams in the NFL right now. So good for them.
Wow. I wonder what Tommy, are you his great grandfather? I mean, I don't
Yeah.
even know if those guys are old enough to be his father.
I wish
Oh,
I
my
was
goodness.
40, I'll tell you that.
All right, now one thing we're going to start, and we're going to start it tomorrow, is we want to do a more collective play. We want to do more togetherness here on the show. So what we're going to do at the end of the A's every single day is we're going to have like 3 options for an upset, a dog of the day. And this got inspired because Mikey did those as well. But we have one more person that I need to come to. And I apologize. I did not forget about you, but I just wanted to see if you said anything. I wanted to see if you were going to be aggressive today. But alas, you're just sitting there all polite. So, Raphael, bring us home.
I felt a little weird because I have icy hot on my back right now. So that's what I felt a little weird because my back is killing me. But we're going to Jacksonville State team total under 27.5. Synergy all over the board. Jacksonville State Gamecocks struggle in the red zone all season. I don't see them scoring over this close. They're probably going to have anywhere between 18 to 19 points hit the board. I think they struggle to score. And then I like the Blue Jays Mariners first 5 over 3.5 runs. Game 2, 9 runs were scored in the first 5. I think Blue Jays and the Mariners both score early. I think it's a high-scoring game like we saw in Game 2, so I'll take the first 5 over 3.5.
We've got a lot of moving parts in these games tonight for the premium pop-up. A lot of moving parts. We've got first 5 overs. We have Mariners on the run line, Mariners on the money line. Apparently, nobody thinks there's going to be any points scored in Delaware and Jacksonville State. Is that right? We're all on every under. Team total, game, all of it.
They scored 80 points tonight.
You're right. Yeah, it's going to be 42-40. Banger. Best Wednesday game of the year. Yeah. XXX. All right, gentlemen, well done. Well done. And as you can tell, I'm pumped up today because I love Wednesdays. I love when you're allowed to get things off your chest and laugh a little bit and laugh some more. So, coming up in about 3 minutes, it is Rant Wednesday. Also, coming up at the bottom of the hour, it's time to go back to school. It's never too early to try to beat the number as we start to get serious into conference season, head into the second half of October. And now it's really time to start talking about placing yourself for the college football playoffs. Also, a little bit deeper, is this the most must-win game the Blue Jays have ever had, let alone this season? Just getting started. Coach and Company on Stadium and also right here on Bally Sports Live. All right, you degenerates out there that watch on our YouTube channel, we continue on through the breaks on Stadium. And I want to stay with the Pittsburgh theme here because, Mikey, there's only 2 teams in the AFC that have 1 loss. And it's not the Bills. It ain't Kansas City. It is the Colts, and it's the Steelers. Is Aaron Rodgers, and the way he's going about his business, the biggest surprise so far through 6 weeks?
I don't think anyone's ever questioned Aaron Rodgers' talent. I think it's the second part of that question, Coach. The way he's going about his business. Isn't it shocking that in his older age, he finally just stays quiet, shows up to work, and does his thing? And the Steelers are a very, very good football team this year.
Is it any coincidence, Brandon, that he got married in the offseason and all of a sudden he's very low key?
Look, there a lot of things happen when you get married, and you do become very low key because you don't get to talk as much. But look, I think a lot of it has to do with Mike Tomlin. I think people don't give Tomlin enough credit for being the coach that Mike Tomlin is. A lot of people wanted him out in Pittsburgh, and the job that he's doing this year with this football team is incredible.
I was one of them. I said, maybe you need a different voice. I got tired of the narrative. Hey, he's never had a losing season. And he goes 9-8 3 years in a row, or whatever it is. Tommy, Brandon said he didn't know you, but he clearly does. He just said when you get married, you don't get to talk. Oh, my bad.
He knows.
Oh, he knows you.
Oh, yeah.
What about Mr. Rogers?
You know, he's low key this year. He's not outspoken at all. We all know he's a great talent. He has a great receiver, and I think I agree with Brandon. It's all about Tomlin getting that team ready. Their defense is pretty good, and it's a surprise that they are leading in the AFC. He's low key, and I like that part of him. And he can still throw the ball, guys.
He can still throw. He's not moving around as well as he used to. But guess what? When you have a torn Achilles, it happens. But I guess they're 4-1. All right. It's my favorite time of the week. We're back live. 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. Coach and Company here on Stadium, Bally Sports Live, YouTube, socials. We're here every single day. Now, I will say there's a special week next week. Will be preempted, I think, all week on Stadium, but we'll still be here every single week on YouTube and social media. You can't stop us. You can't stop us. Now, every single Wednesday, because in your own lives that there are certain days that you just feel ticked off. You feel like you need to let something out. And the great Howie Schwab from ESPN, my good friend, was on this show, and he loved it. He did not love technology, however. So every single day he was on, whether it was at dialysis, whether he was at the doctor, he would always send me a voice text, rarely a call, that it was going to be an F day because he couldn't figure out the link just to do the show. So we paid tribute to him every single week. We loved him. And he unfortunately passed away in April of 2024. But he lives on because every day, oh, yes, it can be an F day.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to the first F day. Welcome to the first F day. Pardon me.
Oh, my man Howie, always looking down on this motley crew. All right, we've got a lot of different rants today. However, I feel like we need to start in the Bronx because the New York Yankees continue to be the gift that keeps on giving. Losing, and Tommy's fandom blows up in his face, which is always entertaining to listen to as well. So, Big Tommy C and all of your fun facts. I have just one very simple question for you. What are you ranting on today?
Coach, every year it seems to be the same thing with the New York Yankees. Even though they made the World Series, they were embarrassed last year the way they played. They lose the division series to a team from Canada. They lost to a team from Canada, not even America. Not even – it's just unbelievable how they blew this series against the Blue Jays. But I have a way to fix it, Mr. Cashman. This is how you fix it, and I'm going to be quick. You sign Cody Bellinger, right? You take Cody Bellinger, you put him at first base. You take Ben Rice, you put him as catcher because Austin Wells stinks, right? You bring Spencer Jones up, put him in center field, and I have a trade for you. Jason Dominguez and Cam Schlittler for Paul Schemes. And I would even throw Rodon in there if we took some of the salary. And we have to replace Volpe. The man strikes out too much. It is just unbelievable how this Paisan cannot see the ball and hit it. He struck out 11 times, 14 times in the division series, losing to a team from Canada who is now 0-2. Their World Series was against the Yankees. We need to fix this and fix it now, Coach.
I literally heard you screaming at the TV from California the other day.
Yes.
That's how angry you were.
Oh, yeah.
Very interesting. I got to be honest with you. I wouldn't hate Paul Skeens in the Bronx.
Neither would I.
We'd have a bunch of cutaways. A bunch of cutaways. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
All right, Tommy. Well done. Good start. Now, I want to stay with that baseball theme because there's a fan base out there that can't see the forest for the damn trees. Brandon, one simple question for you. What are you ranting on today?
Cubs fans, guys, I got to come at you because, look, I love the Cubs too, and I love this team. But at some point, you have to be realistic. Cubs fans out here whining about the Brewers celebrating with the L flag. And they were taking a picture with the L flag. The L flag. We fly a flag too every time we win. You know what? If you don't want them to fly the flag, if you don't want them to take a picture with the flag, beat them. The Cubs lost this series at the trade deadline. Instead of blaming the Brewers and posting these pictures of them with the L flag after they're losing to the Dodgers, well, guess what? They're still playing because they beat your team. The Cubs are not there anymore because of Jed Hoyer, because of Craig Counsell. It has nothing to do with the Brewers or the L flag. Stop whining about them going with the flag, because if the Cubs beat the Brewers in that series, guess how much junk we're talking? Guess how many times they're going to see that W flag? Guess what we're going to be doing all winter? It's part of sports. It's part of fandom. Let them have it.
Raphael, 15-second response as you are my other resident Cubs fan.
100% agree. Don't whine, just beat them.
Don't hate, appreciate. All right. Well done, Brandon. Well done. Now, as I looked down at my notes over the weekend last week, there was a shocking W by Indiana. And, of course, the first question out of the reporters' mouths, when are you going to Penn State? Why the hell would he go to Penn State? But this wasn't about Indiana at the end of the day. Raphael, one question for you. What are you ranting on today?
Coach, today's Wednesday, October 15th, and I am still bitter that Oregon lost at home to Indiana. I'm not an Oregon fan, but this is in your backyard. Game day is in your backyard. You're bringing out new combination jerseys in your backyard. Dante Moore is supposed to outduel Fernando Mendoza in your backyard. And you come out flat to lose to Indiana, a true Big Ten team, beat you on your home field? I am blown away. I'm still gutted. I thought speed would be too much for Indiana. I said all week long, Oregon, -7 now? I'm taking it. And I am still bitter. October 15th, I still can't get over that Oregon lost in their backyard to a basketball team.
That could be the game that really, really keeps them either from a bye or potentially, depending on how the rest of the year goes, a spot in the playoffs. A 10-point loss at home. Ouch. All right, now let's move over to the National Football League, the NFL, which has 0 undefeated teams left in the league. I just mentioned AFC, just 2 one-loss teams. The NFC, all of a sudden, the NFC East, they're being led by a 4-2 team. What the hell is going on? Mikey, I come to you for the answers. What are you ranting on today?
It's called parity in the NFL, and it's the best thing to happen to football in quite some time. You know, fans are always saying, I hate this team, I hate the Chiefs because they always win. Guess what? Nobody's always winning anymore in the NFL, and that's what makes this fun. Who would have thought going into Week 7, the Colts, Patriots, Chargers, and Steelers would all be in first place? Not me, not you, not your mother, not your father. When I look at what the NFL is doing this season, it is so much more entertaining. And for fans of certain teams that may have gotten off to cold starts, don't you want to say we were a team that was down 0-2 to start the season? We came back, we made the playoffs. Now look at us. The NFL is so much more fun when a 10-17, 11-16 get into the playoffs, go on a Super Bowl run. That's what makes football more entertaining. Not, I want my team to go undefeated.
I think I speak for everybody, Mikey, when I say enough with the impressions. We had a rough day yesterday, and I don't even know what that just was. Tommy, did you hear about his Patrick Mahomes Sesame Street impersonation on the show?
No. Nope. Not one bit. Is that what he was doing?
Well, I mean, he attempted. He tried. All right, I'm going to let Mikey go for now because I have a little continuation for my rant today. A couple weeks ago, can't remember exactly the day, I talked about how defensive backs still have the need when you're down 15, 18, that they break up one pass and they do that, lock thing like you're in the car and that stupid thing. And you're like, wait a second, it's 35-20, 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. But this week, a defensive back took it a step further because apparently Brian Branch of the Detroit Lions couldn't take Patrick Mahomes prancing into the end zone like this and then pointing at him and then doing this. So after the game, did he take a shot at number 15? No. He took a shot at Juju Smith-Schuster. Now, did he oversell the shot to the head? Of course he did. It was like me back in my WWE days. A horrible sell. But it got him a 1-game suspension. So, Brian Branch, if you're going to get a 1-game suspension without pay, make it worth it. Go after number 15, because then he wouldn't have done the post-game press conference, because then I wouldn't have to hear Mikey P do the impersonation that we had yesterday. See the trickle-down effect? Do you see where it goes? Never did Brian Branch think that it would affect Coach and company the way that it did. No more shots at Juju. Mikey, do you agree with that?
I heard no more shots at Mikey P. That's what I heard. Through all of that, I heard no more shots at Mikey P. He does the greatest impressions. That's what I heard through all of that. Go Chiefs.
Raphael, I believe you were on the show for that. How bad truly was it?
That was really bad.
It was really, really bad. It was really.
I gotta give him credit for trying, but it wasn't good.
I didn't know what it was at first. I honestly thought it was the green person in Sesame Street. I still haven't been able to figure out what the green person is. But you remember the guy I'm talking about, right?
Oscar the Grouch.
No, Oscar the Grouch sounds like this. That though, it was the other green guy, not Kermit either. It wasn't Kermit either. I got to look it up because it's gonna bother me.
Elmo?
It's gonna bother me.
He's blue.
Elmo's red.
Elmo's red.
Oh, red.
Elmo's
Oh,
red.
Kid.
What are you talking about? Elmo is green?
He said blue?
Oh my god.
I said blue
Oh
at
my
first.
god.
Elmo's
I once went to a charity event in New York City where the voice of Elmo was actually there auctioning off a thing.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have left immediately.
It wasn't good. And he did a couple of years later. Look it up. Rosie O'Donnell was the host. So it was just a bad night all the way around.
She's not even a
bad night.
She's not even a looker.
Strays everywhere. All right, Tommy, great job today. I know you got to run.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see. Apparently, we didn't want to see Tommy anymore there. Very interesting. Producer man's got an itchy trigger finger today. All right, coming up on the other side, we're only halfway home, having a great time on Rant Wednesday. It's time to go back to school because these losses like Oregon, they're going to make these teams pay a big-time price. We're talking north of $10 million if you get into the playoffs. It's time to talk. Also, one game tonight on the Diamond, Coach and Company Stadium, Valley Sports Live. All right, this one almost feels like a full segment, and we'll probably do that in a couple of weeks when college basketball actually gets here. But I couldn't help myself here on our YouTube break because, Raphael, you've been around for all of John Calipari's career, and he actually said that he's going to get out of coaching before it becomes transactional. And I'm like, he should have got out 30 years ago. That's all he's ever been. Although I do like him. I like him a lot. What did you make of this quote by John Calipari?
If you look that word up in the dictionary, his picture is right there. He created the chaos in college basketball. So I don't know what he was talking about when I read the article. I was just laughing the whole time because it was talking about him.
He's always taken the next biggest paycheck wherever he's gone, and he's won, but not at the rate of the amount of dollars it takes. Brandon?
Look, I mean, I think what Calipari meant to say was, I want to get out of coaching before it gets transactional because I don't want everybody on the same playing field that I've been on my entire career. Because that's the problem that he's having is now everybody gets to do it. He liked it better when it was only him and a handful of other coaches that were doing it. Now that everybody gets to do it, Calipari wants no hands in it.
Part of his deal at Arkansas, Mikey, was how much NIL money would he have to work with. I've never heard of that coming out or a coach asking for it. Have you?
No, I have not. I'm a little offended. Are you guys sitting here and telling me that Derrick Rose didn't like the city of Memphis? There was just no other reason why he would go to Memphis and take him to a national championship game. I mean, what are we doing here? Coach Cal, Arkansas, Memphis, it's not about the money. These are beautiful landmarks in this country.
I forgot how many jobs he's had. UMass early on, Kentucky, Arkansas. Oh, my gosh. And a couple NBA stops, didn't he?
Yeah.
A NBA stop.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. He's made a lot of coin. He's made a lot. I mean, we'd all do the same damn thing. Oh, I'll go over there. Hold my beer. Arkansas.
For half.
All right, we're back live in 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. We are just past the bottom of the hour. It's Coach and Company on Stadium and Valley Sports Live on a Rant Wednesday. If you missed any of our rants, you can always catch the on-demand version of our show at our Coach and Company YouTube page. While you're there, hit that subscribe button. It really helps the show grow. Now, a quick reminder, tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, it's a premium pop-up. Marky Mata will be there from JTS. We're going to have Mikey there, Raphael. Will probably be there. Become a premium member today. Kimberly runs our chat for our premium members and everybody else. And we just have a great time. It's a great time, and you'll pay for that in 1 or 2 live bets. So it's going to be a lot of fun tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. All right. On Wednesdays, we start to look ahead to the big games of the weekend because we have proven over the last couple of years that 1, 2, 3 points, they really matter in the game of college football. So it's time to go back to school. By the way, we have figured out who the character from Sesame Street is that I was trying to think of. Grover. Remember Grover? The blue, not green. Oh, Mikey doesn't like that. Look at that face. He doesn't like that. Grover. I'm going to find it. We're going to find it, Mikey. We're going to find it.
Sorry.
Am I accurate, Raphael, with that one? Yeah, dead down. All right. Okay. All right, Mikey, I'm going to start with you so I can get that poo-poo face off your face right now. We're going to start in the SEC, and I really want to see how Vanderbilt and Pavia respond because they're not out of this playoff picture. They should have beaten Alabama at Alabama. 2 gigantic turnovers inside of the red zone, and then one of the worst bad beats of the entire year that I don't even like to think about. So now LSU coming to Nashville, Tennessee, another big one. Mikey, how does Vandy respond?
Well, I'm worried about how Garrett Nussmeier and LSU is going to respond because Diego Pavia has outplayed Nussmeier this season. We all thought Nussmeier was going to be a high first-round pick. Listen, this is the game of who's dating who in college football. You've got Whit Weeks dating Lane Kiffin's daughter. You got Diego Pavia's mom dating Theo Vaughn. I am very interested to see how Vandy, because if Diego Pavia wants to put Vandy on the map, he wants to really make them a true contender, this is the game he has to win. The Alabama game was close. You cannot let this LSU game slip out of your hands.
This is the next step, Raphael. And if they don't come out and win, then it's going to be the same narrative that it's always been the last couple of years. They're decent, but they're not really an SEC team.
Yeah, this is the same Vandy team we normally see year after year. This one opened up at 1.5. Books are telling me if so much Vandy money will come in on the money line, they'll take the minus 130, minus 135. We could see it 3 by kickoff. And let's face it, we're not sold on LSU's play all season long. They struggled against bad teams, La Tech. They should have beat Florida by 100 when a quarterback throws for 5 interceptions. This LSU team cannot run the ball either.
Am I bad for saying I really want another Brian Kelly? We're talking about the same thing. Oh, my God. I would love to see that by Saturday around 4 o'clock or so. Brandon, do you think Vandy is for real?
Yeah, I think Vandy is for real. I think that defense is for real. I think Diego Pavia is for real. Look, they ran into a buzzsaw last week, but this team is really, really good. And there's nothing I love more than watching Brian Kelly and his family get beat down at LSU. As a Notre Dame fan, beat the hell out of Brian Kelly and this LSU team.
He's kind of like James Franklin a little bit. Really smart football mind, gets big time money wherever he goes, but can't win the big games. He's never been able to.
Punchable face.
And a really punchable face too. There's always that with Brian Kelly. Oh man. And if you watched him on Netflix, you'd be so irritated if you're a wine fan. He's got the best wine collection ever. All right, let's stay in the SEC because this is always when you're talking about coaches that don't or haven't gotten to the big game, you got to talk about Lane Kiffin. We just brought him up that his daughter's been in front page news dating that linebacker from LSU. Well, his squad's got to go down to Georgia this week, and they're ranked number 5. They're the only team to beat LSU, in fact. So Georgia, they lost to Alabama at home. Last week, it was kind of a so they've got to figure it out. So let me start with the number, Raphael, because at 7, the way Georgia's been playing, that seems way too high for me.
I agree, but did you watch the Ole Miss game? They should have lost last week. They were a minus 30, I think 32-point favorite, and they were struggling to win by a touchdown. So I think Ole Miss plus 7 is the play here because I'm not sold on Georgia's defense this year. Normally they have an outstanding defense. This year they can't stop the run at times. I'm leaning towards Ole Miss because the dog has been barking in the SEC all season long.
I really think that it was kind of that classic look ahead because when your old school rival Washington State comes to town, how do you not get up for it? How do you not get up for it? But on the other side, Mikey, Georgia, they were down 10-0 to Auburn. Auburn was at the 1, did the whole over the goal line, fumble because it could have been 17-0. Then Auburn doesn't score again, so Georgia wins 28-10. But both teams right now, even though top 10 teams, they're not playing their best football.
They're not playing their best football. However, as you guys both mentioned, I do like Georgia because Ole Miss, you struggled against Washington State. All right, this is the SEC. This is the upper class of the upper class in the SEC. Kirby Smart knows how to win these big games. Yes, they lost to Alabama, but that was only a 3-point loss. So, yeah, that minus 7 is a little hefty. I'm not even sure that I would play the over at 54.5. I may like the under. The SEC is a dogfight, as we all know. So give me Georgia, but I don't know that I'd take them with the points right now.
Yeah, it seems like a teaser spot, Mikey, or a parlay spot. Unless, Brandon, you like laying 275 on the money line.
Hey, look, this UGA team, I'm telling Kirby Smart might be the best coach in college football. And we can talk about Ole Miss, should have lost that game, but we always say good teams find a way to win those games. And Ole Miss is still a good team, but Georgia with Kirby Smart, because this is what it's going to come down to, is a battle of the coaches. And I trust Kirby Smart over Lane Kiffin every single day of the week.
By the way, how do we think Kirby Smart took that little stray bullet that Lane Kiffin threw out there in his press conference earlier this week? Do you think it was a playful jab, or was it I can't believe he said it? Anyone?
There's no such thing as a playful jab when it comes to Kirby Smart. It's bulletin board material. He's going to step on his throat.
Yeah, we'll see on Saturday.
I agree with you. By the way,
Coach, can I just interrupt?
Of course.
Most Vegas books have this number at 7.5, and one book has it 8.
Wow. That's a big difference. That hook or that extra, that's a big difference. One stat I want to throw out at you, or one score. Washington State lost to North Texas 59-10. And Ole Miss just beat them by 3. North Texas beat them by 49 points. I'm just saying. Lane Kiffin, you better get your stuff together and stop taking shots at Kirby Smart's in shapeness, I guess, is the way to do it. All right, we're going to stay in the SEC. That's where all the big games are this week. Alabama, they have turned this thing around. They beat Georgia. They beat Vandy. They go on the road, and they beat Missouri. So now this week, they come back home to Tennessee. To know how much money Tennessee has, I had a meeting last night. This is no kidding. And a friend of the person I had the meeting with has a child going to Tennessee. I won't even tell you the sport, but it's a non-revenue sport. Getting almost $200,000 on top of their full ride to go to Tennessee. Tennessee's buying everybody because they have that new collective, the extra 10% on every ticket. But in football, I don't know if it's helped them or not. So, Raphael, 8.5, is that number too high for the Crimson Tide?
Well, the odds makers put this number up now to grab as much orange money as possible because they all know that Alabama money will come in all day Friday, all day Saturday, and the time slot of this game being an evening game all day Saturday as well. So I just think they put this number up to grab Tennessee. There's no way we're going to see 8.5. I can see maybe 7 or 8 or 7.5, but they're grabbing as much Tennessee money as possible.
So if you want to bet on Tennessee, you should do it today.
Yes, I will, because there's a couple of 7.5s out there already.
Okay. Mikey, let me come over to you. This is a gigantic game for both teams because we're in the same spot last year where we're looking at potentially 5 or 6 SEC teams that could make it into the playoffs until they start beating each other up. So it's not only imperative that they win, but look good.
Yeah, and Alabama has looked good. Remember, we were all freaking out after they lost to Florida State. Well, now they've kind of righted the ship, and Tennessee's kind of just been, at a stalemate. They're not getting too high. They're not getting too low. But you know that I love chaos, Coach. And UCLA has won 2 games in a row. Nico is the talk of the town. So I'm calling on Joey Aguilar, the guy who replaced Nico at Tennessee. Make sure the world remembers why you went to Tennessee. Get the Vols back in the conversation. And if you don't win, at least make it a game. Give me Tennessee with the points here.
Are you trying to tell me, Mikey, that Nico got James Franklin fired? That Nico continues to get his own coach fired and James Franklin fired? Wow. The kid's got power. Brandon, final take. Bring us home. What do you think of this game? And I love night games in Tuscaloosa as well.
Yeah, look, this Alabama team is really good. This is the reason why I put money on them before the season started to win the national championship again. Everybody forgot about Alabama. Everybody forgot that Nick Saban's gone, where they're not going to be good. They got this Ty Simpson kid. This team is good. This defense is good. And Joey Aguilar, who Mikey P just talked about, Joey Aguilar, 5 interceptions in 3 of his last 4 games, including that Mississippi State game, who took them to overtime. This is not going to be a good game for the Vols. I am all over Bama. I hate to say this. Makes me throw up a little bit in my mouth, but Roll Tide.
By the way, both 5-1 teams. The only game that Tennessee has lost, when you talk about playing the over in a Georgia game, was to Georgia 44-41 in what to me was still the game of the year so far. That game was insane. And the fact that Georgia won it is even crazier. Tennessee was up big. They should be undefeated, let's be honest. And they've scored a lot of points. They're an over team. I don't mind the 58.5. I really don't.
Wait, it's dropping. It opened up at 60.
Okay. I'll wait till Saturday. That's fine. All right, coming up on the other side, good vibe today. I love today. I love it. I love the combination today. So we got to talk about one baseball game on deck tonight. Mariners putting it on lock. Coach and Company Stadium. Let's go. All right, we got to give our flowers last night, and it's one thing to do this at home. It's a whole different ball game to do it on the road. But the LA Dodgers are really starting to flex their OG muscles and tell everybody, yeah, maybe we did buy the best roster in the history of baseball, but they hadn't won until last year in dominant fashion. So, Raphael, with the Dodgers, I mean, there's so many different numbers I could throw out at you, but I'll do this one. First playoff complete game in 8 years was thrown last night. There should have been 2 in a row because Blake Snell should have completed game number 1. How impressed are you with the Dodgers and the pitching they have shown through 2 games thus far?
Yeah, it's so weird. When you think of Dodgers, you think of offense. You think of Freeman, Mookie, Ohtani. And then these 2 games, pitching has just been dominating. I loved watching that game because even though he gave up a home run early, but he just mowed down the batters left and right. That bullpen for the Dodgers looked bored yesterday. Like, when could we have some fun?
And it looks like the Brewers have dinner plans about 8:30 every night because the games have been like 2 hours, 10, 2:15 until you get to the 9th inning. Then it drags forever. Mikey, how do you look at the Dodgers right now?
Did we all forget Shohei Ohtani was on the Dodgers right now? Because we're not even talking about him.
No.
And that's what makes them so dangerous. To Raphael's point, you talk about the hitters they have in that lineup, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, the list goes on. And we're talking about their pitching. This is where dominant teams show their dominance. You can worry about one thing, the other part of their team will take over. So, honestly, just tip of the cap to the Dodgers right now.
No doubt about it. Brandon, I got about 20 seconds for you. Your thoughts on the Dodgers through the first 2 games?
Nobody's talking about Shohei Ohtani because he's hitting 200 in the playoffs in his career. But the Dodgers are just, look, they're taking advantage of really bad pitching. And they're going to not face that in the World Series. I promise you that.
I think it's going to be the Mariners and the Dodgers. That's what my gut tells me. By the way, I still find it funny, even though Shohei's, $700 million. Every time he goes to try to hit that outside pitch and his helmet doesn't fit him, so his helmet pops off every time. And he has like one of those Head and Shoulders commercials. His hair like, we're back in 5 seconds. All right, welcome back. We'll lock it in about 5 minutes if you weren't here at the top of the show with all of our best bets. And I'm telling you right now, we had a players-only meeting. And unlike the Dolphins, everybody showed up on time. And so we've got a new vibe. We've got a new attitude. And I have a feeling today is going to be a really, really good day. Now, it could be a good day for the Mariners as well because they went on the road just like the Dodgers did, and they won both games in dominant fashion in Toronto. So now they have an opportunity to close this thing out at home. So tonight, as we look at the numbers, Raphael, the Mariners laying 30 cents on the money line, plus money on the run line, as we have that as a best bet by Brandon. But the total's only 7. First game was under, second game was over. Where does this one go today?
Shane Bieber's on the mound. Last time he looked horrible against the Yankees, so I think we see a lot of runs. I like Seattle, even though I would love to see Toronto win, just so I can watch more playoff baseball. I just don't see, I think, a high-scoring game, and Seattle goes up 3-0. I sent the text earlier. What would the series price be for the Yankees or Dodgers and Mariners? They're saying close to -$3 on the Dodgers.
-300 for the series price?
Yep.
If it was Dodgers Mariners?
Yep.
Wow. It almost makes you want to sprinkle and root against what you think is going to win. I mean, that's ridiculous. But that's the whole point. Mikey, let me come over to you. How impressed have you been with how the Mariners, after going to 15 innings for whatever that game 5 was against the Tigers, and now it's almost like they came out of that and they said, whoo, all the pressure's off, and they're playing great baseball.
Yeah, the easy narrative coming into the ALCS was, the Mariners are tired after that 15-inning classic. Nope. And I love this. I absolutely love it. It's a rant day, and I'm not going to take time here, but let the Mariners fans celebrate. Let them cry a little bit if they go up 3-0 or sweep the series. I was like, I can't believe they're crying. This team is amazing. They're so much fun to watch, and if you don't like it, well, then take a big dump from Big Dumper as he parks another one into the stands.
What did you just say?
My impersonations suck. I got to come up with something else.
I don't even know if we're going to be on the air tomorrow, by the way. I've already got 3 texts from Stadium, and now there comes a 4th. Did you guys just talk? No, we're talking about a baseball player. All right, Brandon, let me come over to you as Mikey takes us off the air again. You're all over the Mariners tonight, but you're so confident that you're willing to say that they'll win by 2, which I have a hard time doing at home when you only get 8 at-bats instead of 9. But how confident are you really?
Well, you got George Kirby on the mound, who was dominant in his last outing, so dominant that he got taken out in the 7th inning after only throwing 66 pitches. This kid can pitch, and this Blue Jays lineup swings and misses quite a bit, and they've been doing that all series long. Mariners win the first 2 games on the road. Now they return home to this fan base. The stadium is going to be rocking. I wouldn't be surprised to see Cal Raleigh go yard. I wouldn't be surprised to see Julio Rodriguez go yard. I think the Mariners win this one. I think they score 10 runs again.
There's always been, over the years in this particular stadium, some iconic moments, whether it's Mariners or, I don't know, WrestleMania 19. What I remember most about that particular night is that they entrusted a young whippersnapper, in his mid-20s to referee a tag team Divas pillow fight. I may or may not have been de-pantsed to expose my whitey tighties. Could have happened. It's hard for me to remember.
It did.
It did.
It did. It was the same night I sat there with Tito Ortiz, former UFC light heavyweight champion of the world. And I said, could you do this? He goes, oh, no, coach. It's way too hard for me. And that's when I got up, put my referee's hat and said, well, I got to go out and do some business. So it went from Tito Ortiz to the coach is embarrassed on national TV for the 1,000th time. But that's what I remember about WrestleMania 19 in Seattle. All right, boys. I think we're laser focused today. All right. I feel good about it. I feel like we've left the 500 days behind us and we are locked and loaded. So let's lock it in. All right, 10 seconds or less. 1 or 2 nuggets is all that we need. I'm going to take Tommy's for him. He likes the Mariners on the money line tonight, minus 137. That's right below the number that is kind of where I don't like to play the money line. But the Mariners have been so good, I can understand why he would like them on the money line. Brandon, let's come right down to you because you're also on the Mariners, but on the run line.
Yeah, I like the Mariners on the run line. George Kirby, the way the Mariners are swinging the bat, and they're back at home tonight, minus 1.5 at plus 160. Too much juice to not squeeze it there. Then let's go Delaware versus Jacksonville State, under 57.5. Neither one of these offenses are good enough to really go at this and hit the over. And then Dylan Holloway of the St. Louis Blues against my Blackhawks. 3+ shots on goals. This is what he averages at plus 128.
Shoot, the crowd's going to be in bed. It's an 8:30 local start there in St. Louis. My goodness. All right, Raphael, you're up.
College football, give me Jacksonville State team total under 27.5. They struggled in the red zone all season long. They're going to struggle tonight. I see a low-scoring game. And give me the Blue Jays Mariners first 5 over 3.5 at minus 120. Those last 5 home games against Toronto, all 5 of them have gone over the total.
All right, maybe more tonight. Mikey P, bring us home.
Give me Delaware minus 3. Why? Because I just love Nick Minicucci at quarterback for Delaware. And then Blue Jays Mariners total over strikeouts 16.5 in the game. These 2 teams have combined for 34 strikeouts in their first 2 games of the series.
All right, and every single show at the end, we like to try and make you a little bit smarter. Raphael.
Sorry, Brandon, but the Chicago Blackhawks have lost each of their last 15 road games following a home win. I will look at the regulation time and maybe Blues puck line.
And I'm assuming the Blackhawks lost their last game? Yes?
No, they won.
No, they won at home.
Read that to me again. Did I read that incorrectly?
The Blackhawks have lost their last 15 road games following a home win.
Following a home win. Sorry. It is what it is. All right, boys. Tonight, part of a 49-day straight football extravaganza. Mikey P, what are you looking forward to in our premium pop-up tonight?
Delaware. I mean, I understand baseball's on, but if you cannot get up for midweek college football, I don't know what you're doing.
You know, it'd be awesome, Brandon. He has Delaware -3. Is if it was 27-27 with about 6 minutes to go in the game. That'd be the sweat for everybody.
Yeah, we have this thing on BetMGM too, Mikey P, just so you know. You don't have to bet every game because those people that live under the bridge, they bet Delaware on a Wednesday.
Or an under. They bet an under 58 on a Wednesday with Jacksonville State. Oh, my goodness. But that's why we love it. And that's why we love Wednesdays. And when Maxon gets here, we're blowing it out. Heck, we may even do an NBA special. See, sometimes my mouth opens. I never know what's going to come out. NBA starts on Tuesday. Can you believe it? In less than a week. We were just celebrating the Thunder in June.
Less than a month for college basketball. November 3rd, Monday.
Are you serious? I haven't even looked that far ahead yet. All right. Gentlemen, well done today. I appreciate you. Producer man, you know what time it is. It's time for all of you to go out into the world. Don't forget, we got the podcast, 11:15 a.m. We get a little deeper into topics. Off the ropes at 2 to 4. And then our premium pop-up tonight. Special start time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. But until then, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all these tickets straight to the pay window for my entire team. Damn it, do I love them all. Mikey P, Brandon, Raphael, producer man, I'm simply the coach. Trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about every single day. This is Coaching Company on Stadium and Bally Sports Live. Have a great day.